The next day, the Terrans guide the Hedgites to a section on the island where they can set up their own village. After only 2 months of work, the Hedgites finish the construction of their village and elect Shira to be their leader. That night, they throw a party to celebrate the occasion and invite the Terrans to join the festivities. Shira, now the leader of the Hedgites, and Mog, the leader of the Terrans, walk together through the village carrying their drinks. Shira holds out his cup and yells out,
"Here's to the Hedgites, good friends."
Mog bangs his cup against Shira's and cheerfully screams,
"Insoa!
As they walk further along, Mog looks up at the moon.
The moon glows bright tonight.
Oh, Zuzo!
No, not Zuzo, moon.
Zuzo! Zuzo!
Shira tries a different approach. He walks over and slaps his hand against a nearby tree.
This is a tree. Tree.
Flena!
Tree. Repeat after me. Tree.
Mog is insulted that the Hedgite refuses to learn his language.
Denekiho! Denekiho! Denekiho!
As he runs in a circle shouting his words, the laughing dies down and the music stops. Mog faces Shira. He points to the moon.
Zuzo!
He points to the tree.
Flena!
He points to Shira and says,
Kitago!
Mog turns his back on Shira and leaves the village. All the Terrans follow him. From that moment, the two tribes were no longer friends. Several months go by, but the tribes maintain their social barrier. They each refuse to learn the other's language. But Gobo and Misha continue seeing each other secretly. They refuse to let the childish differences of their tribal leaders affect the love they have for each other. Besides, according to Gobo and Misha, love is a language that needs no words. One day, Gobo and some friends discover something they haven't seen since they lived on the island, a red lilliplant. He plays for the lilliplant, and soon it blossoms with bright yellow flowers and orange fruits in the center. They each taste one. Immediately, they spit it out and throw the fruits to the ground.
Ugh, that's terrible.
As they try to spit the bitter taste from their mouths, a pair of Enochs slither out from the bush and find the rejected fruits.
How weird. They never want to eat the good ones. Why would they like these?
The Enochs arch up like puppies begging for a treat. The more they are fed, the more tricks they perform.
These are hungry little buggers. They keep eating and eating.
A couple of days later, Gobo and Misha hook up at their secret rendezvous. He invites her to follow him back to the red bush. When she sees the red bush, she becomes worried and panicked. He takes out his musical vine and is about to play when Misha suddenly grabs it and takes it from him.
What? What's the matter?
Abi Nora senza Nora!
She starts breaking the branches off the plant and tries to pull it from the ground. She can't pull it from the ground, so she starts digging it out.
Abi Nora senza Nora!
What does that mean?
Soon they remove enough dirt to allow the plant to be torn from the ground. She starts dragging the plant away. Gobo helps her carry it to the beach and toss it into the sea. He then follows her back to where the plant was growing. She continues digging to find and remove all the remaining roots. Her mission is almost finished when it's interrupted by the arrival of two frighteningly overgrown Enochs. Their anatomy of their once cute little faces is now distorted into grotesque monstrosities. Gobo and Misha are too frightened to run. The creatures slowly creep closer and closer to them until they are only inches away. That's when Misha snaps to her feet and attempts to run away. But she is no match for the speed of the mutated Enochs. One of them snatches her in its vice-gripping mouth and begins to swallow her. Gobo screams at the creature and tries hitting it, but his fist glides off the slippery body. There's nothing he can do to save Misha, and the creature swallows her up. All he can think to do is call Misha, but Misha was gone. The important thing now is to think of a way to break free of the monster's grip. But why, he thought? How could he go on without her? If there was any chance of escaping from the throat of the creature, Gobo had talked himself out of trying. When Misha and Gobo didn't return home by morning, the two tribes set out to find the younglings. They gathered their weapons and searched the island. They found the giant Enochs and speared them to death. After finding the creatures, they knew what must have happened to their younglings. That night, the Terrans ended the feud by agreeing to learn the language of the Hedgites. In response to this honorable gesture, the Hedgites agreed to learn the language of the Terrans. And the first words taught to the Hedgites were Ebinora Sinsonora, which translates to never play for the Red Plant.